Everyone is so quiet.
I know.
I just wanted to ask who's a new member here? I know Bill Wright is a new member. Welcome, right? Adrian, you're a new member. Welcome.
Nielsen.
Nielsen's also a new member. Welcome. Welcome to the chamber. Wait, I was preparing the newsletter that went that got sent out, and I saw a whole list of new members. I was all excited.
Yes.
I did not get the newsletter. Do you have my email?
Oh, you didn't? Okay, I have to make sure that you're added then.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. I'll make sure.
Thanks.
All right, we're live. So good morning, everybody. My name is Lourdes Leon, and I am the Director of Community Relations with the Volusia Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And I am here with lots of new members today. So we welcome every one of you. I also want to welcome Elia Munoz, who will be speaking in a little bit about the direct, how do you call it? Direct mail, right?
Every door direct mail.
Every door direct mail. All right. So to start with, I am going to give, I'm going to pass the word to Pat Nauer, our Director of Education, who has excellent news about our upcoming events.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, I'm Pat Nauer, Corner Office Enterprises, and I'm really excited. We're doing a lot of really fun and interesting things at the Chamber. This morning, I want to announce that on Monday, Adrienne Barber is going to be doing an amazing training, and I'm going to pass it off to Adrienne. As you know, every Monday at around noontime, we're doing an hour training. It's primarily business development, and it's things that will enhance your business over the long term. We're really focusing this year on educating our members to make sure that you have the tools and the resources that you need to get your business where you want to go in this next year. So if there are any topics that are particularly hot, please shoot me a message and let me know, because we will tackle those things sooner than later. Otherwise, there's a course of events that I plan to go with over the next year or so. So Adrienne, do you want to tell what you're going to be talking about on Monday?
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good.
So actually, we will be talking about civility in the new workplace, and also we'll be talking about virtual etiquette. So making sure how we are, what we're doing on Zoom and these live calls, that we're being respectful to each other and what that really looks like. So I'm very excited. We're going to have a whole new look when we go to see each other in real life, and we want to make sure that we're continuing to create civility on virtual and also social media. So that's it.
Great information. And please make sure you join them on Monday. What time, ladies?
12 o'clock on Monday.
12 o'clock on Monday.
It'll be on Zoom. The code to enter is 386-898-2015. That'll also be coming out.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
If I could add, you can even eat on this Zoom.
That's right.
We're going to allow it only one time. You can only eat during lunch and learns, and bring your napkin.
There you go. All right. So Elia, good morning. We're going to go and put you on a spotlight, and I'm going to also make you a co-host so you can share all your information with us. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
We're very fortunate to have you here and sharing this information with all the businesses out there in these very hard times where we can all use this information.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate your invite. So I will give you the basic information about Every Door direct mail. I'll answer your questions, and we'll take it from there. So let me start sharing my presentation. So you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. So the objective of my presentation, I'm sorry. I'm Elia Munoz. I am a United States Postal Service rep for this area. I work with businesses, directly with businesses. I help with marketing and also with shipping. In this case, I'm talking to you about every door direct mail. We do have different ways to advertise and help you with marketing and mailing, but this is the basic and the most simple and very cost-effective way of doing it. So my objective is to present to you a strategic plan offered by the Postal Service to help you create a high-impact marketing campaign using new technology to attract new customers to your location or to your website, just by giving them the tools that they need to find you. Okay, come on. Okay, and so findings of a study done by the Postal Office of the Inspector General they were trying to study the human response, showing how to, let me change a little bit here, how mail is relevant and the consumer response to getting their mail. So we need to understand that the response and the phases of the buying process are connected by digital and physical. So they were trying to find out what triggers, and I don't understand what triggers these reactions. For some reason today it's not wanting to cooperate. Okay, there we go. So what they did was trying to find out, study the different ways, the neurons, the reactions, the way people are reacting to several things. So it's kind of, I'm going to just give you tips here and there about things that they discovered during that study. Statistics show that the demographic factors play an influential role on household treatment of the advertising mail. The studies found that older people are more receptive to the mail than younger people. However, younger people are not entirely uninterested in mail, and therefore they are potentially new customers. What happens is, for younger generations, they don't get much mail. Everything is digital. So when they get something in the mail, they get excited, and it comes into play what we call the mail moment. The mail moment is when you go to the mailbox, you find that mail, and you sort through it. It takes 7.5 minutes average for the average consumer to go through their mail. And this is how you can get not just the older generations, but the younger ones. And it's, of course, all based on the contents of the mailing. It's not just sending something out just because I want to advertise. You have to have a few key elements to help you get that attention. So for instance, adding a coupon to that mail piece is going to be very effective. Not everyone can have a coupon. So you have an offer, you have something to trigger people's response and to have an impact so that they have a reason to look at it. The shape of the mail is also significant. Based on that, people will react. They'll be able to look at it as something bigger than the usual, aside from the fact that every door direct mail has to be a flat. So it's got to be bigger, and it's more economical than something smaller. So they create a better reaction, a positive one, and they usually generate a response. So marketing statistics, the average response rate for email is 0.1%. Paid search, 0.2%. Display ads, 4%. Direct mail has a 3.4% average response, which is pretty high. The average return on investment on emails is 31%. For telemarketing is 7%. And social media, 6%. For direct mail is 37%. I mean, it's pretty high considering because you're going to integrate everything. It's not just the mail piece. It's going to integrate it with technology, and I'll be talking about that in a minute. So the study also found that 65% of consumers surveyed have made a purchase as a result of a direct mail piece that has come to the mailbox. So the reason to use every door direct mail or direct mail is to enhance your reputation, drive customers to your location, encourage existing customers to buy more. You can add a loyalty program and send something separate for your own customers. You get started by attracting them with an acquisition campaign. And as you get customers, you create your list, and I'm sure many of you have it. And then you send out a loyalty program, something better for the customers that you already have to keep them there. And of course, it's going to help you establish your brand and maintain your distinct identity. So what is Every Door Direct Mail? It's an affordable advertising technique that lets you map your marketing mail audience. The information you use to target customers is based on the Census Bureau information, which will be updated as soon as we get the results of the census. But right now, you still have information there that will help you make up your mind or make a decision on where to get started with your mailings. You're going to find information that lets you see the average age in each particular route, because everything gets sent out by route. You know that everything we deliver is by route. Each carrier does their own route. So you're going to be able to see that particular route, the age range, the average, and you'll be able to choose that. Their average income, which is where most people start, the average income. So the highest income is where everybody wants to go to want to start targeting, and it shows you the household size. So it's pretty good information based on the needs of the business. You will be able to use the mapping tool, and I'm gonna give you, I'll show you kind of what it looks like. But for those that are interested in getting detailed information, step by step, I'll be more than happy to, if you contact me, I'll be more than happy to guide you step by step until you get all the details of that. And it's everything that we provide is, just for your service. We don't charge for anything. It's also, we get discounts, and I will explain the difference in that. So we have what's called Every Door Direct Mail Retail. So let's say you want to get started, you just want to test it and see how this works for you. So you use retail. You don't need a permit. It's going to be, I'll explain that later. So there's also what they call Every Door Direct Mail BMEU, Bulk Mailing Entry Unit. If you believe, or if you want to target a larger audience, you can go nationwide, worldwide if you want to. Then it is to your advantage to get a permit and get a BMEU, Every Door Direct Mail. Different processes to work with both of them. So the largest size for a mail piece with Every Door Direct Mail is 12 by 15. So it's going to cost you the same as if it was smaller, but it still has to be a flat. There's different tips and details that you need to abide by in order for that piece. A lot of times I get customers who wanted to get started with a campaign, talk to a printer, purchase 5,000 mail pieces, and they get ready to send it out to find out that they don't qualify because the size is not correct, the thickness is not correct, they don't have the indicia. You don't need stamps, and you don't need names for Every Door Direct Mail. but there is something that takes the place, which is the local postal customer takes the place of their name, and then the indicia takes the place of a stamp. It has to be stamped on it. They're both requirements. Now, when you see this space here, if an item is 10.5 or longer in width, then it can be 6 1/8 or less in height. But in order for that same item to qualify, if it's less than 10.5 in height, in width, then it has to be over 6 1/4. Some people order mail pieces and they have a printer who wants to save their paper. And so what they do is they try to give them something slightly smaller because they want to utilize the most space in what they utilize, their material. But the requirements are the requirements. If you ever have a problem with that, you can also just contact me. I've had customers that I've gotten an exception for, but why start with it wrong when you can start using the right thing, right? So this sample is the favorite size that people like to use, which is 9 by 6.5. It's not too big, it's not too small, it's pretty economical when it comes to paying for your printing. And it lets you have enough room to advertise. Of course, here they have a whole bunch of coupons because, just to demonstrate that that's part of it. In that study, color makes a big difference also. You have to have something on that mail piece that's catchy, that when people look at it, it's like, oh, nice, bright. Oh, a discount, a coupon. Or what I tell people mostly is what you do is something that a lot of people are going to be looking for. And for the most part, when customers or potential customers contact you, they usually have a certain number of questions. Pay attention to what people are asking you for. And those little things that might set you apart, use those little lines, those little sublime messages, and put them on the card. So this is what we do, and this is what sets us apart. Would you like to just pay attention to what they're asking and use it on that mail piece? Now, there's a little bit of a difference between Every Door Direct Retail and BMEU. And this is just explaining what I just told you, the 10.5 in length or 6 1/8 in height. The thickness is cardstock. It cannot be paper. It's the measurement, like, how do you know? Well, printers usually know. It's like the thickness of 3 papers together, but not 3 thin papers, because it's also the same. For the BMEU, you have more leeway in the weight. The size has the same requirements. And this is also the same, information. For when you use a permit, you have more, you're allowed heavier items to be sent through the mail also. This right here, local postal customer, you don't always have to have it like this in the rectangle like they have it. You can just put local postal customer if that mail piece is, there's not that much space for anything else. So you don't actually have to have that. The indicia has to be there and, in their little square, but the local postal customer doesn't have to be in it. This right here is explaining the same thing I just told you about the size. So with BMEU, when you get a permit, you can also send out letters. with every door direct mail, it cannot be letter size. It has to be a flat. Hence the requirements of 6 and 8 and higher or higher, and 10.5 or wider or narrower. For the weight limit for BMEU is 15.994 ounces, where with every door direct mail, it cannot be heavier than 3.3 ounces. So cardstock is fine. The size that I mentioned, 9 by 6.5, is perfect, so you don't go over anything. BMEU, you need a permit. When you get a permit, it's $240 a year for the permit, unless you're a full service provider, and that's gonna be a larger volume that you're gonna send out constantly. When you open that permit, there is a one-time fee. Just so when you go to open it, it's the $240 for the one-time fee and the $240 for the annual payment, okay? With retail, there's no payment. The difference is that retail, you pay 19 cents in postage, where with BMEU, it's gonna be 17. So because BMEU is for a lot of mail pieces that you're gonna send out, so you decide what target am I going to choose, what area, how many mailers am I gonna send, how often am I gonna send them out. So that's how you're gonna decide whether it's good for you or not to get the bulk mailing permit. Because if you are going to saturate many areas constantly, some businesses require that and it's very effective, then it's worth you getting your permit. With every door direct mail retail, the maximum you can send out a day is 5,000 pieces. It's per day per zip code. So let's say you want to send 5,000 in Deltona, 5,000 in Orange City, you can do it. So that's not even a problem. Normally when you're going to get started, you don't even start with that much. But if your business wants to target that much, then just, do it, a few days in a row if you decide that retail is better for you. With BMEU, there's no maximum, so you can keep saturating as much as you want and as often as you want. And the price I already gave you, which is 18.7, which is 19 cents for retail, and 16 to 23 cents BMEU. So we want to link and take advantage of technology. When you have a permit, they have promotions through the year that help you save a few pennies or a certain percentage of your mailers. So if anybody has a cell phone that's an iPhone, and you look at the QR code on the screen, do you have an iPhone? Open the camera as if you were going to take a picture, but don't. Just point it at the QR code. And then when it opens, the internet icon comes up, just touch it on the screen. Don't take the picture, just get it close and you see how it comes out, pops up, and then you just touch the screen. Did you do it?
Yes.
So what do you see there? Volusia Hispanic Chamber of
The
Commerce.
chamber. Yeah.
Right. So it's so simple to create a QR code, and I can guide you, individually when you're ready and let me know. Very simple. You can add technology. If you have a permit, this technology is going to save you money, and it doesn't cost you anything to get this done because I'll show you how to do it. It's very simple. You can add the QR code and have them go straight to your web page instead of your like this one. Now you can also add an email. All you gotta do is add that URL, add instead of going to your web page, because you're going to have your website listed on that mail piece, go to an email so that when it pops out, they just fill out the information. Are you interested in? Click on the QR code and contact us. So you put in a form so that the customer signs up or requests information. If you have a video of your product on YouTube, use that URL, create a QR code. The same thing goes for your listings. A lot of realtors are taking advantage of this for the listings. Make a very short video. We don't recommend more than 60 seconds. Some customers do it, but people's interest, stays there for 30 to 60 seconds. So just by using this little QR code, adding it to your mail piece is going to add a lot of value. We also have what's called augmented reality. Are you familiar with augmented reality, you guys?
Just
No.
a little bit.
Okay,
not a
so
lot.
yeah, so the difference between the QR code and augmented reality is that augmented reality has a cost when it comes to adding it to your mail piece. So augmented reality lets you do the same thing that QR code did, but you don't have to, you have to have, and most of the cards will have a sample saying, guiding people step by step. It's like when the Pokemon game came that people were following, was that virtual reality. That's what augmented reality is. So you attach it to your logo and you give people on the mailer, and I have some samples that I can provide later, and it says, download, go to AR, USPS.AR and get the free app and then watch the video. Very impacting when you use it. For started businesses, I say go with the QR code because there's no cost. Augmented reality, you will have, that printer has to have the capabilities. Super effective because wherever your logo is, that will activate it. Just having that active, it will activate and people will be able to see everything just like they did on that QR code. The other thing that's important is to have a strong call to action, like I already talked to you about, something that sets you apart, something that you want people to know that is going to get your attention. Why am I going to go to this other person? Because I'm going to give you, offer this, I offer that, we use this type of technology. In this case, and you add phrases that are catchy, like, we look forward to the opportunity to service you and help you in achieving your business and personal success. Does it sound familiar? That's what's on your page. So that's what you want to do. Get something that's catchy every time they see it, because it's not just going to be one mailer. Sending out every door direct, people expect to have a reaction immediately. That OIG study showed that the third mailer is the most effective. The first one is to let them know you're here. Oh, okay, they're here. Oh, nice. The second is like, oh, I think I saw this already sometime in the past. And the third one, I said, yeah, that's right. That's this business. People look forward to things like that. Some businesses, a lot of doctors, a lot of realtors, they use it because it's effective. You stay in people's mind. I get something from a lawyer on a regular basis. God willing, I'll never have to use him. But if anybody else, I've been asked, do you know a lawyer? So I know this guy, you know, because I get his mailer on a regular basis. Good information. It shows that he's a caring person, family, Christian, you know, little things that will make people connect with you. You just got to figure out what it is and continue using it. If you send out different mailers, you can also add codes so that you know what's getting a better response, because that makes a difference also. So these are some different samples. You see how colorful they are. People, like some customers will try, I just want to send something showing what we do. Yeah, but look at how catchy these colors are. How can you resist to look at these items when you see there's so much color there? So that is a part. A lot of people, no, it's going to cost more. Well, if you're doing a mailer, you want to make sure it's effective. It's not just give them my information. People will not pay attention if it's just something written there. So how do you launch a campaign? It's very simple. It's a step-by-step going to our website, to USPS.com. You're going to be able to select the service that you're going to send out, whether it's retail or BMEU. With BMEU, you have an account number that will be printed on that indicia. You will identify the demographic area that you want to target. You're going to prepare the mail pieces, and I'll give you a step by step in a minute. And then you're going to bundle them and submit the mail pieces at the post office. If it's retail, you go straight to the post office where you're going to send the mailers. If it's not, then you take it to the plant where you open the permit. That's the bulk mailing unit. Ours is in Mid Florida, where my office is. So when you open, you go to Every Door Direct Mail, you enter your physical address. When it opens within a mile radius. So the star shows your location. The balloon shows the nearest post office. You're able to go up to 5 miles to choose your route. So when you guys are ready, whoever wants to contact me, I'll show you, because right here, we don't have that much time, but I'll guide you, answer your individual questions. But so you can do this also, not just by address, but by zip code. If you want to target an entire zip code, it's just put the zip code, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to show you. When you start ordering, see how here it shows the route. So you're going to be able to see the route, the zip code, how many residential deliveries there are, how many business there are in that particular area. When you're choosing a route, you can skip the businesses, but that's it. You can't do businesses only. For that, you would have to do a direct mail. It shows you the total of deliveries. You are able to change the age range, and you do that because you want to see the percentage. Some portions of a business like the younger generation, some portions of the business like the older generation. So this guides you. What's the highest percentage of the age of this generation that I want to target? And then it's going to show you the family size. And the last one is going to be their income. At the end, you're going to see how much it's going to cost you to send out that mailer. So you don't have to think about it. It's right there. So when you hover over, each route is going to light up, and then it's going to tell you once you've opened an account, you're going to have a customer ID, and I can send you those steps. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll send you the steps. I'll send you the link. As you choose, it's going to add the individual routed, the post office you have to take it to, if you're doing retail, and how many deliveries there are. It's going to show you the approximate cost. You continue. You can pay for it online, or you can pay for it at the post office. Once you've chosen your route, you continue the process and you can pay, and it's going to print you a slip showing the route number, the zip code, if it's business and residential or residential only, and how many mail pieces. So what about, okay, you have a route that has 450 deliveries. So you already got your customer ID. You have your mail pieces approved. I have what's called a mail piece design analyst. You send me a PDF. I send it up to him. He's going to review it, make sure everything applies and everything qualifies. He sends it back, I'll send it right back to you with the reference code. So you'll never have to worry about having it rejected. Okay, so it's very simple. So you have 450 pieces. Your mail piece was approved. You got everything done. So you're gonna bundle them up. You can't just take 450 to the post office with that mail piece. They won't accept it. So you can bundle in 50s or 100. I tell people 100. Save yourself half of the work. A copy of that mail piece of that slip goes on each bundle. So if it's 450, you're gonna make 4 copies of the slip, put it on 100 cards, rubber band it. So you're gonna have 4 bundles of 100, and the last one, a bundle of 50. So you take this to, if you pay for it to the post online, when they scan your mail, your barcode, it'll show that you paid for it. If you didn't, then they'll charge you at the post office. So you gotta just pay for it there, and that's it. It goes out the next day, unless you take it to, for instance, if you go to Orange City or DeBarry. If you go to DeBarry, it takes 2 days for them to deliver it because everything goes to Orange City and then they distribute it. So it takes longer. If you take it to Orange City, the same mailer goes out the next day, just so that you know. When you have a permit, then it's a little different because you're gonna have a form and that is going to be taken to the bulk mailing entry unit so that they approve it, and then you send it to the post office, okay? These are samples of the indicia that I explained that you have on it. Retail, and the bottom one has the permit number. It's telling you that retail, and I already explained that. You can pay with credit card if you pay online, okay? Post office, you can use cash, check, or a debit card. And when you go to the bulk mailing unit, they don't accept payments there, but if you have the account, they'll deduct it. So you can create what used to be called a CAPS account. You now have an electronic payment system for the bulk mailing unit one. So every door direct is considered solo mail. What does it mean? It's not stuffed in an envelope, not inserted in a coupon book. A lot of people say, oh no, I got a coupon book and I'm there. But what about if 5 other businesses that do the same thing you do advertise there? Well, this will not have any competition for you. It's just going straight to your mailbox. That's it, you know, no competition. If I'm not ready to look at it, I will save it. I will look at it later on. 60% of marketers use direct mail as a marketing channel or tactic because it works and it's effective. Why not make every door direct part of your marketing strategy? I explained this. This is just a summary. You can start an effective campaign. I'm only a phone call away, email, text. Just when you're ready to move forward, let me know. I'll be more than happy to go back to these details and give you some more. Basically, that's, you know, the general information for every door direct mail.
Wow, thank you, Elia. This is a fantastic information. Very, very good. Everybody's like, you know, saying that this is great, especially because, you know, with the times we're going, this is going to help a lot of businesses. So, question I got from Adrian is, can she get a copy of the presentation?
Of the full presentation, I would have to ask about that because these are internal presentations we have. What I can provide is samples of the little items that we have or white paper. So if you need anything like that, but I'll find out.
Okay, perfect. Anybody else? Any questions?
I
Raise
do
your
have a
hand.
question.
Yes, go ahead, Joanna.
How do I get to the website that you showed all of businesses and all of the zip codes? That website.
So that's our website, USPS.com.
I just go in there and I'll find it in there.
Go to business. There's a business tab. Hover over. And when I do direct presentations, I let the customer do it step by step because when you're doing it, then you have all these questions. So you go to business, hover over to where we do our direct mail. When you click on it, it's going to populate the page. And then that's where you put the information, the route. When you put an address, it'll give you that 1 mile radius.
Okay.
And then you can go up to 5. But feel free to call me and I'll be able to, I'll be happy to just guide you step by step and give you more pointers.
Thank you.
But it's very simple. Once, it's like everything. It's very simple. I'll be more than happy to assist if you have any other questions with that.
Yes, we have Nelson Clinic cleaning.
Yeah, just a question. You had mentioned about the age group. Younger folks aren't really looking into looking at the mail the same way older folks do. Is there an age range?
No, actually the study was showing that they're into technology more than anything, right? And they like everything fast. But what they found was that they spend more time when they get the mailer because it's exciting that they're getting something in the mail. So for the most part, younger people don't get. So when you give them a mail piece and technology to challenge them, that's where they get all excited. And you should see the people that I when I go make visits, used to, and we'll go back to, how excited they get when I show them what augmented reality and QR code do for that mail piece. It's like a challenge for them. So I have an email. My email on the bottom has a little arrow. I have a QR code with information on my email. So I have that little arrow. So I say, do something like that. Just give them the QR code, put that arrow, click here, make it so like attractive. Click here to see more. Something that's like, but it's like I say, you have to give people a reason for it. Find something that is going to, and the physical gets more attention because it goes deeper into the brain. This is proven by that study the OIG did. So they tested the sweat, the glands, the brain response. And it was like, wow, this is so interesting. Why would they but it's so effective. And that's why we see a lot of doctors, realtors, dentists that swear by it. They constantly send it out because regardless of your age range, there are certain things that you're going to need. And if it's there, I didn't get the mail, but it's there. Somebody else did. What is it, and I can keep it. So it'll work one way or the other because of the colors, because of the message, because of the technology. It's just a matter of putting them together. Go ahead.
So because I'm industry specific, I need to have, I know companies that I can go to that deal strictly with, pressure washing and cleaning. But it's interesting because like when I get those ones with the scratch offs, I'll scratch them even if I know I'm not going to win. I do it anyway.
Yeah. Well, that I've seen them like the dealerships, like here in Orange City, and I'll be right with you, Joanna. You see the pictures of somebody holding that gigantic check because they actually gave away the money. It's like, man, I should have participated because it seems like they do at a certain point. And I know dealerships use that a lot, and it works because we work directly with all sorts of businesses, and dealerships are a big part, and it works. It's very effective.
So
Joanna, you have a question?
Yes. Do you have a sample of that augmented reality that you can send us?
It's just that in that sense.
Can I just pipe in and say something?
Yes.
Direct
go
mail
ahead.
gets a 405% increase open rate over any other kind of marketing. Direct mail is by far the best that's out there.
Oh, excellent. Thank you. So I'll look for one so that you have an idea. Let's see. Let me see how I can demonstrate this if it lets me. And then you get the free app. Let's see. And this is my favorite because it's the most, well, there are some of them that are very impacting, but this is everyone's favorite. So you open the app, it's USPS.AR. Let's see. Let me see if you can, okay. Some are easier to capture than others. Okay, I forgot the lighting.
so that's an app we can download?
This is a book. The app, yeah. I don't know. Are you able to see? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I can see
Wow.
it. Yeah, that was very cool. Yeah.
So
I saw the
what
looking
happens?
info.
That they have different levels. There are some that you can just point at it, grab it, and go, and it'll keep going. Some of them are simpler. I can always just, let me find this, one of the samples, and I'll send it to you guys. But it's, so if you have a logo and you want to do augmented reality, then you put what's on the bottom of the page. You can barely see it here, but you'll see it when I send out the sample. And it tells you step by step what to do. So for starter businesses, if you're gonna do something, I would go with the QR code. And because you can make, like for instance, you can make a short video of the process. In your case, Nelson, film step by step as you're making some changes or before and after, put it on a video, prepare your QR code, put it on it, and then show, It gives you more room to illustrate more and let people see firsthand. But it's basically the same, only the QR code doesn't cost. The augmented reality, like I said, the printer has to have the capabilities. And it's going to have some cost. It's not as much as it used to be because it's so common now, but it's pretty effective.
That's a good idea because yesterday I took a class or my business coaching. We were talking. They were saying how YouTube videos are so big right now because nobody wants you want that personal distance and that space. So videos is where it's at. And so that's actually a good idea to put that QR code. So it brings that way they're not searching for you. You just send it right to them.
Yeah.
Like I said, if anybody wants to learn how to make your own, just, reach out. I'll add my information and I'll do a one-on-one, give you more pointers and take it from there. Give you more information.
I do have one more question before we disconnect from Facebook. From one person that is actually in Facebook that contacted me. if somebody has a sign that says no advertisement, would this count as advertisement so it won't be delivered to that location?
No, because this is mail. We're the United States Postal Service. This
Okay.
is mail.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a different type of mail. We have first class, we have pre-sorted standard, we have priority. This is mail. It's not like when I go over there and it says no soliciting, no advertising. I'm the Postal Service. I'll give you my card anyway because I'm the Postal Service. We're respected. We're recognized. They know it's not a scam or anything. So this is one of the things that they found, now that you say that we're trusted. We're the highest trusted brand. And so people believe, which is why, we like to send this, when you give me the information, I look at everything. But we want to make sure we're doing, the right thing because we're being trusted. And going through the mail, a quality piece will give you even more validation.
Gotcha. All right. Stay here in Zoom. We're going to disconnect from Facebook. Give me 1 second. Thank you for those who actually join us on Facebook. And if you guys want to join in on the Zoom portion, you can actually scroll down to the post and get the information from there.